Hey guys, it's Jess here. I am in Doha, Qatar, and I'm going to be giving you guys a rundown here on the football terrace, let you guys know that what's been happening at the World Cup. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start at Germany versus Japan, where the game ended 2-1 in Japan's favor. Germany, it looked like smooth sailing early on in that game. They got the penalty, and I think a lot of us just assumed it was going to be 2-3-0 type of scoreline. But Japan really turned it on in the second half and showed everybody how an underdog should perform in this competition. I think some of the Japan players also said that Saudi Arabia gave them the confidence to feel like they could do it. And I kind of felt like that Saudi Arabia performance against Argentina would make some of these underdogs really come out there and go for it. Japan, they were popping it around, and I think beyond just the technical ability, what it looked like is like they wouldn't have the cutting edge, but they found a couple of goals in that game and really stunned Germany. I think that as it's not as big of an upset as Saudi Arabia, Argentina, but it is an upset because we all know that Germany, with the quality that they have, Gundogan, Havertz, players like this, Gnabry, you expect them to do well in tournaments like this. And unfortunately, they've really set themselves up for failure because they're in a really difficult group, and Spain, who we'll talk about in just a second, look amazing. So Germany are in trouble. What do you guys think about Germany? And what do you guys think about Japan? Are they a sneaky, maybe team that could get out of the group and go a little bit further than we thought? Let me know. Or is it Germany kind of starting off slow in the tournament and they'll turn it on and turn things over later on? Let me know what you guys think about that. So I mentioned it in the last segment, but Spain absolutely annihilated Costa Rica, 7-0. That's a huge scoreline, and I think they really put a marker down as potential favorites for this competition. For me, personally, I was not expecting that from Spain. I thought, of course, they're going to play good football. It's going to be nice on the eye, but are they going to have the end product necessary to really, be front runners in this competition? And they showed me. Luis Enrique is a amazing coach, but I did question some of his decisions. When I saw Rodri starting at center back, I'm like, why didn't you just bring Sergio Ramos? When I saw Carlos Soler in the squad, I'm like, why not Thiago Alcantara? I know that he has injury issues, but these players have experience. But I know nothing, and Luis Enrique knows everything because everything was perfect for them. It looked like the team was together, like they played with each other for years. Everybody knew their roles. And starting off with the front three of, Ferran Torres and Dani Olmo and Asensio, I think it's not risky, but it's definitely something that I looked at and I was like, what's going on here? These players are not players that we speak about in the same vein as Mbappe and players like that, but they perform so well. And again, they look like a team that have been playing with each other for a long time. So yeah, for me, Spain playing the best football so far of the tournament. That's not to say that England were not good, but I do think that watching Spain, you see that they are a very, very strong team. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. How far can Spain go in this competition? Do you think that they're playing the best football, or do you just think Costa Rica weren't very good? Because there's also that element that Costa Rica didn't even lay a glove on them. They really weren't even in that match. So are we overrating Spain a little bit, or are they actually a team that we should be looking at as favorites? Let me know what you guys think about that. So another game that probably wasn't as exciting as the others, but definitely had some talking points, was Canada versus Belgium, that ended 1-0 with Belgium, winning that game. For the last how many years have we been talking about this golden generation for Belgium, and they never really seem to click into gear in a way that makes us feel like they deserve being spoken about in terms of top 3 teams or whatever in the world. At least that's how I feel, and I think a lot of people really echo those same thoughts. With the quality that they have with Kevin De Bruyne and Hazard and players like that, you would think that they would be performing a lot better, but they were really underwhelming to me against Canada. In my opinion, Canada really dominated that game. I thought they kind of deserved to win that game. Not really deserved, in my opinion, you only deserve what you get, so they were the better team. Belgium deserved to win the game because they scored more goals, but you guys know what I mean. Canada were dominating that game, and Belgium, they don't look good. They look a little bit older, a little bit aging, and we said that they were aging in the last tournament, So I don't know what the future holds for that Belgium squad. I'm not really seeing where they're gonna get the firepower and the zhuzh to really go far in this tournament. They look a little stale, so not sure what's going on there. But for Canada, I was pleasantly surprised by what I saw. Knowing a little bit about Canada, I knew that they would be decent, but I didn't think they'd be able to go toe-to-toe with Belgium the way that they did. I think where Belgium looked weak, Canada looked strong. They looked physical and very athletic, and like they could run all day, and they had a little bit of quality with Alphonso Davies. Now, of course, Alphonso Davies misses the penalty that I think, he'll probably be waking up today and thinking, wow, if I had put that away, what could have been? We really probably deserve something. But beyond that, I do think that they had a couple of players with some really good quality and a coach that really put together a group of players and had them playing decent football against a good European side. So very excited for Canada there, and we'll see how they get on in the tournament. Now, the last kind of piece of news that I want to go over is the Harry Kane injury. He had sustained an injury against Iran, and now England are trying to figure out whether or not they want to risk him. What kind of injury is it? Is it long-term, short-term? What is it? I don't think there's been any complete ruling him out or ruling him in type of news just yet. But I just wonder what that means for somebody like Callum Wilson. He's sitting there probably thinking, okay, maybe I get a run out against the US. Do you guys feel comfortable or confident that without Harry Kane, that England will be the same? Or do you think that they may struggle against the US if they don't play him? Personally, I think that, England are strong enough where they can put out a team that maybe isn't as strong as the first team that they put out and still do quite well against the US. But let me know what you guys think. Harry Kane, I think, is a really important part of the England squad, but you want him as fit and ready to go later on in the tournament when you start meeting up with the big boys. So it's a big decision to be made. Do you risk him now, or do you make sure that you play him in this game so you don't potentially drop points? That's a dilemma for England. And so let me know what you guys think in the comment section about that. Now we have some big games coming up. Obviously, we have Brazil and Serbia. We also have Portugal playing today and Uruguay playing today. So some more big teams. And I want to know from you guys, are there any upsets on the cards today? Will Uruguay maybe upset against North Korea? What do you guys think about that? Portugal and Ghana? What do you guys think? Personally, for me, I think Uruguay is going to win their game. I think when you look at the type of chaos that they're going to ensue on this tournament with Suarez and Cavani and Darwin Nunez, you can't really look past them. I do think that there's a team that can go under the radar as a favorite later on in the tournament. So I would expect them to maybe win that game. In terms of Ghana versus Portugal, this is the game that I think is going to be tricky to call. Portugal, on paper, usually look quite good, but then usually let us down when we're actually watching the game. Tons of quality out there for them, but I see maybe a 1-1 or something like that in this game, so we'll look out for that one. And then Brazil, the big boys, I would say the favorites of the tournament against Serbia. Serbia is no joke. It's not a team that you can look past. They have Mitrovic, they have Vlahovic. They play those two up top. What is that going to be like, you guys? It's going to be insane. So that's a game that I think a lot of us are looking forward to see really where Brazil stand. They're playing a difficult side, but a lot of people expect them to just kind of walk through. So we'll see how everything pans out today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this little rundown. If you guys like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.